time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, a full wrap-up of today's Wildcats contest. Top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Tommy Lloyd, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Works it top over to Love, matched on Hawkins. Love drives him down right. Step back, shot is up, hits another three for Caleb Love.
Caleb Love is enjoying KC. He's in the zone, feeling good and making room.
The Missouri kid just making himself at home in his mama's hometown. I mean, it seems like, again, half the folks there cheered for Arizona are probably related to Caleb Love, and he is giving them a show for sure. He did tonight, 27 points, 10 of 15 from the floor, 5 of 8 from 3. Arizona is in the Big 12 championship game with an 86-80 win over Texas Tech. It'll be the Wildcats and the Houston Cougars for the whole shebang at 3 o'clock Tucson time on Saturday. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Top takeaways from me tonight. Well, first of all, my top takeaway is as soon as I saw that Darian Williams and Chance McMillan were both not going to play, I had to change my bet. I had to change my bet. I was like, whoa, no.
Well,
I cannot take Texas Tech minus 2 points if those, or whatever it was, if those two dudes are not playing.
So let me ask you this. After you changed your bet and Arizona was up by 4 with a couple minutes to go, were you thinking maybe Texas Tech was going to be able to pull that back around? Because it got a little sketchy there towards the end.
It did, but I had confidence. I had confidence that the Wildcats were going to hold on. So I think that's the first time in the history of the program. And again, as long as you get your change in before tip-off, and I got my change in before tip-off, then you can do that. The books allow that.
Yeah, to be fair, you asked us if it was okay, and we said yes.
Okay.
Of course it's okay.
There
yes.
you go. All right. So that's my first top takeaway. The second top takeaway is basically just what I've kind of said from the get-go. I mean, if Caleb Love, again, he is the straw that stirs the drink. And there are a lot of great performances on this team, but he's the one guy that can carry. When we talked a few days ago about the mandate Bill Self gave to Hunter Dickinson and said, it's time for you to start carrying this team. And there's not a lot of guys that can carry teams. And as well as a lot of these guys can play on Arizona, I don't know that anyone else other than Caleb Love can carry this team. And that's what he did tonight. And if he does this 6-7 more times, then Arizona's going to be cutting down nets for the second time in program history. He's that good. He's capable of it. I loved it. Again, we saw Tommy drawn up plays to get him the ball tonight. What do they call them? ATOs. Drew up some more fantastic ATOs. Double screened him that one time in the first half to get him an open look. Loving that. Absolutely loving that. From Tommy Lloyd and Caleb Love. And it was interesting. Tommy in his halftime interview said, I believe he said, we need him to be, let me write it. I wrote it down. We need him to be more disciplined. Make sure he's not jacking shots. We need him to be disciplined in the second half. Well, is there a such thing for Caleb Love as disciplined when he's on a bender like that, I mean, whew, I don't know. What's the line between the dude is hot, let him shoot it, and disciplined?
You know, as a coach, you want to say the right thing, but at the same time, you always hear Tommy say he wants the guys to be aggressive, and that's what Love was. He felt it right from the start. What he scored, the first 11 points, it was like 11-0 run for Love. I mean, it was just he just came out aggressive, man. I mean, only one assist. It wasn't a big assist night. Texas Tech and these teams, as you start to get down toward the championships, they play great defense. They don't allow the others to kind of get going. So, you know, whenever you have a guy like Caleb Love and you get in the tournament play, it's huge because they can make plays to make everybody else comfortable, as I always say.
We've been saying it all year long and all last year. It's not complicated. Discipline, DK, means taking shots under balance. When Caleb Love is balanced on his release, then his shot is super pure. He's taken a million of his life. His mechanics are great. Kelvin Ifon, even on the 2-footed floater in that second half, where he was fading a little bit to his left, he squared his shoulders, and he was in balance and rhythm on the release point. The problem with Caleb is when he gets casual with his shot, when he fades right or left on his three off dribble, when he's real casual with his layups and casual. But that was nothing casual about every single release in that game, Kelvin Ifon. And to me, shot selection's always been a little bit of a bugaboo for Caleb Love, man, throughout his whole 5-year career in NCAA basketball. But clearly he's a rhythm feel type player, and zone is kind of a cliche thing. It's more the fact that when Caleb Love is feeling himself and in rhythm and takes rhythm jump shots, then the chances of those going down, especially off dribble, like the behind the back move off dribble, we knew that was going in when it left his hand.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. You can hear the phones are lighting up here for your opportunity to talk Arizona Wildcats basketball. Again, the scoring was balanced tonight for your Wildcats for a second straight night. They had five guys in double figures. Caleb Love, 27. KJ Lewis, a second straight fabulous ball game. We might have an argument tonight over the Window Depot. We might have to have an argument over that because I think we're going to get some different opinions on who that award might go to tonight. Jaden Bradley, 10 points, pulling up that jumper, that mid-range jumper, starting to get comfortable, taking that shot for him, and 10 points for Henry Vasar as well, 7 rebounds for the big man. Again, just you love to see that balance at this time of the year, Calvin.
Yeah, you love to see that balance because it's tough for other teams to game plan and scout who exactly they want to take away. So Love not having a great statistical game the last game as far as points was concerned, because he did pretty good assist-wise, I think, and assist to turnover. But when you have so many different guys that are scoring that well, the coaches have to go and try to figure out who they're going to try to take away, and it makes things just much more difficult doing that game planning.
Yeah, it is. And again, that's what you want at this particular time of the year, and really to take advantage of a team that was not only were they missing 2 guys, but JT Toppin clearly was not himself. This tonight, apparently at one point he left the floor and had to go throw up. So that's tough when you're out without 2 bodies. And we had heard Grant McCaslin talk early on that one of the things that he felt when his team is strongest is when they can go deep in their bench to be able to play defense. And they just could not do that tonight. They just did not have the bodies to do that tonight. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll get more into our post-game show this evening. We're going to review our keys to the game. We'll review our best bets. We'll have the full post-game coming up for you a little bit later. You heard a portion of that on the show with Brian and Reggie, as well as we'll give you the full scoreboard, everything that happened tonight in college basketball. And it was just a bad day for Texas Tech. Bad day. They had did you see the video of the fire that happened on campus today?
Ooh, yeah.
In Lubbock, there was like yellow gas, yellow flames coming out of a manhole.
That was, not today. It
On
was a couple
campus.
Days ago.
Was it a couple days ago? I
saw that video not today. It was yesterday or the day before,
Okay. Well, they
but the campus closed down because of it.
Okay.
And yellow means electrical. So whatever's going on down there, it's not like a gas leak or something. That's not something you need to catch on fire.
They have canceled their. They were supposed to have a selection show party Sunday on campus. They've had to cancel that due to the yellow gas that was coming out of the ground in Lubbock. So not a good day down in Lubbock, Texas, for sure. Let's get our first break in. We'll come back. We'll have a whole lot more for you. We'll take you probably till around midnight or so, like we did last night. But we're coming back. Meridian Wealth Management Game Day tomorrow at 11:30 to get you set for Championship Saturday in Kansas City. Along with Kelvin Efon and J.W. Madden, I'm David Kelly. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona basketball is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Tucson, Desert Diamond Casinos, Dorado Rock, First Chiropractic, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, the Window Depot, and by Meridian Wealth Management, wealth well managed, life well lived.
Motoring around one day, Bob heard all about it on the radio. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care advertising affordable tires and no hidden extras for one low price, including valve stems and the other critical tire thingies that cost additional elsewhere, but not at Jack Furrier's. Bob knows to never underestimate the importance of thingies. As cliches would have it, just then Bob spotted one of Jack Furrier's 14 locations and without hesitation claimed his new set of tires, installed for one low price, thingies included.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' Cay, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingCay.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
If you have old windows, they are probably driving up your energy bills. Upgrade with new windows from the Window Depot. The Window Depot provides unbeatable value and a wide variety of in-stock and custom order windows to fit your style and budget. With our exclusive SI window brand, made right here in the USA, you'll get a full lifetime warranty, including glass replacement, for ultimate peace of mind. Order online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you and start your project today. Experience the best prices, the biggest inventory, only at the Window Depot.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's still free furnace season. For a limited time until the last day of winter, you can get a free furnace with the purchase and installation of a qualifying HVAC system. Now is the time to start planning for the long, hot Tucson summer. Hurry, this deal won't last long. For fast, reliable, and honest service, call Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturerockschooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Drought from deep extended now for Texas Tech. They'll inbound the ball, and Martinez makes a steal. Conrad on the breakaway to the bucket, lay it in.
Big time play there by Conrad Martinez, able to pressure that sideline of bounds, come up with steal and the finish. Positive minutes here for him.
El Jefecito. How about that?
Did you hear the broadcast?
The TV?
Yeah, so Fran Fraschilla clearly prepared for 4 days of covering Kansas Jayhawks, because all he did yesterday was 80% of the time talk about how great Kansas was. It was Conrad Fernandez.
Oh, yeah. I thought he said the name wrong.
He did. He did. Yeah, he did that.
Conrad Fernandez.
And then there was a part about how, like, the Texas Tech freshman was all world and was going to be one of the greatest of all time. And Carter Bryant looked like a little baby deer. Did you hear that whole thing?
I missed that one.
Oh, Fran. Yeah, that's all anybody was talking about. Fran Fraschilla.
Fran, he is the analyst of the Big 12. He's been on a number of the Wildcats games this season. We're trying to hook him up, and I put in a request to ESPN to see if we can get him on the show. We'll have to ask him about Conrad Fernandez if we can get him on the show here in the near future. Conrad played 2 minutes and had that one basket to go along with the steal. That's an impressive 2 minutes. We'll take it for Conrad Martinez. 86-80, Arizona knocks off Texas Tech in the rubber match. They take 2 out of 3 from the Red Raiders in the series, although, again, the Red Raiders were playing a little bit shorthanded tonight and with their superstar JT Toppin not feeling 100%. He finished with 11 points on 4 of 13 from the floor, missed both his twos. They shot 9 of 28 from 3. That's only 32%. The Wildcats were an even 50, hitting 8 for 16. So I think they hit 8 last night, too. So that's 2 consecutive games at this tournament that they have hit 8 3.
Much more important, shots. Kelvin, than 8 makes is 16 attempts.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to win much moving forward by shooting 25, 33s. We've already proven that all year long. If you want to stretch the defense out and take an open look, 500, I mean, come on. Shooting 500 from the 3 is about as good as you can do. And it's not repeatable for this particular team, and they've been living in the paint. So keep doing that. Keep living in the paint. So looking at the stats, the fact that they went 8 for 16 and Caleb alone, right, had a ton of those. He had 8 of those 16 attempts, half the attempts. But the fact that they didn't shoot 25 because they were shooting well from out there, that's a really good sign, Kelvin Yvonne. We don't need them thinking that they're going to be the 2016 Warriors, because that's not happening.
No, and what I love about is they're getting to their mid-range. They're getting to the 10-foot, 12-foot range with the soft pull-up jumpers. And when you can make that shot, one thing I always tell guys is that's a great reboundable shot for your offensive rebounders, right? Missed three-pointers usually start a fast break for the other team. Right. So I just feel like they're being very smart about picking their spots on taking the shots and making sure that 3-point shooters are taking them.
Yeah, KJ's been living there, especially down the finish line of games. I mean, he's really getting more aggressive at shooting those 12 to 15-footers off dribble. Well, like we said last night, Jaden Bradley's getting played for the pass. Only 1 turnover, or no turnovers again tonight. But that little midi pull-up 12-footer for Jaden Bradley and for KJ Lewis in particular, those 2 guys, Kelvin Yvonne, will take them far. because everybody's obviously playing them to put the ball on the ground twice and then find a big rolling, find a cutter behind the defense like Arizona's known to do. That little midi 12-footer's open, and Jaden Bradley and KJ Lewis, particularly those two guys, are so money from there. I would love to see him live there as long as the defense backs off and gives that to him.
And that's another quad one win for your Arizona Wildcats, who I think they came in 8-11 in those games, and so they've got a couple more. So now they're 10-11. Who knows? They could leave Kansas City in even 11-11 in quad one wins. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
Along with Kelvin Efon and JW Madden, I am David Kelly. It is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. Wildcats knock off the number 9 team in the country of the Texas Tech Red Raiders 86-80 in the semifinals of the Big 12 men's basketball tournament. Our guy, Danny, checks in and says that, hey, guys, I just noticed that Tony Padilla was officiating the Houston-BYU game, so at least we won't have him today. Tomorrow is another story. I would actually expect him to be on the championship game. I hope we'll be joining him. This actually was before the show now that I'm looking at it. So that would be interesting. Tony Padilla on the championship game. I would imagine that's probably going to happen.
Oh, yeah, you can bet on it.
I think he's done 4 Final Fours, right? Something like that. I mean, he's a highly regarded guy for sure. There's just some calls you wonder about.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, let's open up the phones. We'll start with Howie. You're on Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey guys, this is a historic moment.
Oh boy!
I'm actually calling you an hour ahead of where you're at.
An hour ahead of where we are. How's that? Are you Are you in Hawaii?
No, I'm in the home of the blue turf, Boise, Idaho.
Nice. Oh wow! Okay, nice.
I'm up in Boise. My daughter-in-law moved from Bend to Boise. So I was at a lacrosse game for my grandson most of the game. I have to admit, I missed most of the game. I saw the end of it. And I guess Caleb was just burning them. You know, that's the kind of thing, like a couple phone calls ago, I was talking about, you paraphrased it, David, about I want him to play like an NBA player. And even the announcer said that at the end of the game. I don't know if you caught it. He said he played like an NBA guard.
That behind the back dribble, step back off dribble, Kelvin. I mean, that's a move you'll see any NBA guard do. I mean, we know that Caleb Love's got that in his bag. What you missed, Howie, was 6 for 8 from the field and 3 for 4 from the 3-point line in the first half for 17 points.
Sweet. He scores, man. We don't lose. And plus the other players, I think they just get invigorated when they see him going, you know. I psychologically, I mean, I don't know, but it just seems like it. You know, I said the other day that if he scored 20, we would have beat, I forgot who we lost to. But he had a bad day, you know. Well, sometimes it's going to happen. But when he's hot, lights out.
No, there's no question about that. I mean, like I said, he's the one guy that can carry this team if he gets going.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I was freezing my tush off watching a lacrosse game in Boise, Idaho.
I can't imagine it's very warm in Boise, Howie.
I like it up here, though. Every once in a while I come up here. I can't believe how big the city has gotten. This place has gotten enormous.
Yeah.
Reminds
so
me
is
of
Bend, Howie.
Tucson.
I mean, we've talked over the years. Like, I used to live in Bend. In Bend, Oregon, when I lived there, was like 20,000 or something, and that place is 5 times bigger because of a lot of California people moving up there. Boise, similar.
Yeah. Well, Tucson, when I moved there in 68 to continue my education, it was 350,000. now what is it, over 1 million in the area?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so all these western towns are, just booming, But yeah, I'm glad they won. What do you guys think about the Houston game?
Woo! Houston's really good.
I know. That.
That's what I think about the Houston game.
Defense.
Yeah.
They play a lot of,
They play street ball. I mean, it's not. You can't go in there thinking you're going to have like a pirouette or whatever they have in ballet. You better come in there like you're playing in a pickup game in a schoolyard.
That was one other semi-annoying thing about the broadcast is they're talking about potentially matchups in the championship game versus Houston. This was like midway through the game, and they showed the graphic that Texas Tech is the only team in the conference to beat Houston. Now, bear in mind, they won on Houston's home court, and Houston won on Texas Tech's home court, so they split. But they said, based on the fact that Texas Tech beat Houston, I think Arizona has no chance. And I'm just sitting here thinking, Kelvin, that game in McHale was a 1-point game with 45 seconds left, and Houston ended up squeaking out a 4-point win. So, I mean, one or two possessions, one way or the other, in the end of that Houston game, and Arizona also has a win over Houston. It's a very super competitive game. Obviously, Texas Tech would have a lot of hard time without a full roster, if they don't have their second best big in the game, which they didn't have tonight, and one of their best guards. But how Houston plays, how Sampson has his guys ready to play football basically out there on the court. They have to. We talked a lot this year about bringing the intensity to match other teams. Well, this is why. I mean, this is that team that you have to match. Otherwise, you'll get. I mean, BYU is down 16-0. That's a team that's been on a 14-game winning streak, something like that.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you have to bring it from the opening tip, the level of intensity and purpose, even just to hang with Houston, because that's a well-oiled machine right now.
Well, that clip that I've seen about the Texas Tech victory, old Tippin, the guy that didn't play today, he pushed him around a lot. He was tough in that game.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to do. Everybody, we need to get in there. What time is that game tomorrow?
3:00.
3:00 your time, so it's 4 here on Mountain Time, Daylight Savings Time.
Yep.
God, I got to see that.
4 p.m.
Yeah, for sure. Well, bear down, guys. Let's hope we can pull it out.
It would be fun. It would be fun to, after all those years of winning the Pac-12 tournament championship, to waltz into this new conference and win the Big 12 for the first time.
What's significant about tomorrow?
And to have beaten Kansas to get there.
Oh, for sure. What's significant about tomorrow's game? It will be the first time one of the original members of the conference did not win the postseason Big 12 basketball tournament.
Wow.
So every year it's been an original member. Iowa State and Kansas have basically 95% of them between the two of those programs. So, yeah, Houston just joined the conference last year. Is their first year. This is Arizona's first year, obviously. It's always been an original member in the tourney who's won the title.
I think it's going to help them this year and this tournament in the NCAA. I mean, it's not going to be any patty cake stuff. They're toughened. They're toughened from this conference in basketball, and I think in football too. But that's another story, and that is yet to be exposed. But yeah, I think it's going to help them.
We'll see. I mean, again, you still got to go out and win the games, but I think we've seen some things, Howie, in this weekend that are very encouraging, that'll make you want to believe that this might be a tougher team than even that they were a month ago.
Yeah, they're toughening up right at the right time, and that's great to see.
That's what you want.
Yeah, you guys take care.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 opens up a line for you. Toby Awaka got into some quick foul trouble tonight, and I think it was both of them were against JT Toppin, if I'm not mistaken, and that kind of took him a little bit out of this game this evening, and so not as much of a chance for him. He scored 2 points. He only played 8 minutes. That might be the I don't know if that's the least amount of minutes he's played in a game this season, but wow. 8 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 fouls for Toby.
It was pretty obvious that Toby wasn't in there much. You know why? Because literally every single loose ball rebound on the defensive side went to Texas Tech offensive rebounds. I mean, they just cleaned up, Kelvin. Every loose ball under there, not a ball that somebody like Vasar went up and snatched above the rim. I'm not talking about that. But anytime the ball dropped down to mid-level, it was Texas Tech's ball every single time. They only wound up with 14 offensive rebounds, but it felt like they had 25.
Now, and speaking of offensive rebounds, I mean, he had 4 rebounds, and the one play that you kind of sticks in your mind was the one, I think he had like 2 of those 4 on that one play where he just kept battling and battling and battling for that basketball, and he finally got it and got the putback for his only 2 points of the night. But, man, that was vintage Toby Awaka there. So even if you don't get him for a large dose, only 8 minutes, he still leaves an impression in your mind just with that single play that he was able to make in the game.
4 fouls, right? Like 4 fouls is why he's only played 8 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, he had 4. Jaden had 4, and obviously Carter fouled out of the game. So Carter used all 5 of his tonight in scoring 5 points in 20 minutes.
Yeah, and you playing a team like Texas Tech as well as Houston, you got to be physical and you got to be willing to foul a little bit. You got to, you got to push the envelope, because you playing against these type of teams, man. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get that extra loose ball. So you got to get in there and scrap with the rest, with the best of them.
Not the best shooting night for KJ Lewis, but he got to the line 9 times. That led the team as they went 21 on the ball game, and he made 7. So again, aggressive to the basket and getting to the foul line, and that allowed him to obviously be the second leading scorer on the team tonight with 15 points. I thought at times they got, I mean, again, like you guys said in the first segment, they shot 16 threes. There were a couple times I thought maybe they guys probably took some threes they probably shouldn't have taken. That number probably could have been more down around 13 today, and that would have made it even look a whole lot better than it did. But again, if you have an open look, what's Tommy's other favorite line? Let it rip. Let it rip. And that's what happens sometimes when these guys get that open look. They're going to take that shot. All right, 520-848-1290. Line's starting to pack up. We'll get another break in here. We'll come back, talk to you. Give us a text as well to 520-848-1290. We will read your text. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Gameday. Arizona is in the Big 12 championship after an 86-80 win over Texas Tech. Kelvin E. Fine is here. JW Madden. I'm David Kelly. It's Wildcats Radio 1290.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
The cold Arizona nights are here. Is your furnace ready? For just $59, Rightway is offering a complete system tune-up, ensuring your furnace runs efficiently to keep your home comfortable all season long. Routine maintenance is key to avoiding costly breakdowns. And with over 9,000 5-star Google reviews, you can trust Rightway to get the job done right. Plus, we'll include a free carbon monoxide test for your peace of mind. Call Rightway today at 520-640-2665 or visit us at rightwayac.com for your $59 complete system tune-up.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rocking K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
Honey, our yard looks like a jungle. It's full of weeds, and the neighbors are complaining, you know.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using just doesn't work. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
You know, it's not just the weeds. I'm also seeing ants and a spider, a scorpion. I saw a scorpion, and I think there's a pack rat living in the garage.
I get it.
It's scary.
I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today and get rid of them all.
You're the best, honey.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Most plumbing problems start with a 4-letter word: drip, leak, clog. Whatever your plumbing problem might be, you can trust Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to deliver fast, honest, and reliable service by a plumbing expert that will find the right solution for your plumbing problems. Call us at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Looking for Caleb Love. Instead, Bradley keeps the ball around a face-arch screen. Stops left elbow, out to Lewis. KJ drives right, jumper up and good. He makes difficult shots look easy.
He's just such a great athlete, able to go up 2 feet there, go straight up, and finish with the right hand in the paint.
KJ Lewis did a little bit of everything tonight for your Arizona Wildcats, as he always seems to do. 15 points on 4 of 12, missed both his threes, but he was 7 of 9 from the line. He had 8 rebounds in the game. He had 6 assists. He did turn it over 4 times, but he also had 3 blocks and 2 steals. I mean, that is filling up a box score, to say the least.
Sounds like Reggie
KJ
Geary.
Lewis.
Sounds like a Reggie Geary stat line to me, Kelvin Yvonne.
Yeah, nah, man, he's all over the place, man. To me, the way that he made the mistake, then he came back and got the steal.
Right.
I mean, that just tell you.
I was like,
man.
that's KJ Lewis right there. Make a mistake
tell
at the
you, going
offensive end,
hard,
come
man.
back and clean. And Tommy said that from day one about him, that he can make up for his errors with effort, I think was the phrase that he used early last year during the season when KJ first got here.
Kelvin, you'd rather teach somebody.
I'd rather teach somebody how to calm down than have to beg them to go. And he's a guy that goes all out. It's easier to turn guys up than to turn guys down than to turn them up.
You don't got to teach KJ about want to.
No.
I mean, that guy stepped on campus, and winning is all that matters, and he's out there just to do whatever he can to help affect the game.
So the Wildcats win. There was an update to Joe Lenardi's bracketology. It came about an hour ago, so I think that was right about the time that our game ended. No change from what the Wildcats had in terms of, or he had the Wildcats early in the day, which he had moved them up after their win last night from Kansas. He had moved them up to the 4 line, and that's where they stay. So I don't know if he did this update before our game ended. I would imagine it probably came right after our game ended. So the victory does not change Arizona at the moment. He still has them on the 4 line against Lipscomb in the first round in Seattle. Now, interesting, the other team on the opposite side of that, which would be round 2, that he's got on the 5 line, the Oregon Ducks, which is what we talked about yesterday, that we may see some Pac-12 alignments come the postseason for your Arizona Wildcats. And so we could see an Arizona-Oregon matchup in that second game if this is kind of how
it's just like a producer for the
out.
Olympics. It's all about creating narratives and stories,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so it's like the selection committee might pick the schools, but where the bracket fills out, they've always claimed that they don't pick it based on some former mentor and mentee relationship between coaches or some dude who transferred. Like, if you saw, well, we'll get to North Carolina later, but if North Carolina was in the tournament and you saw North Carolina early in the bracket across from Arizona, that would be a Caleb Love story and all of that. They definitely do something. We did have a caller, Lawrence, who just called in, and he couldn't get on the air, but he asked that specific question about tomorrow's game and whether or not we thought that that could potentially move them up to the 4 or even to the 3. And what I said is it's so set in stone at this point, the resumes this late in the season, you're not going to be able to get a multitude of quad 1 wins in one day type of thing. Arizona's still sitting at 11 in net. They're going to probably move up. This has not been updated since this win today. But this late in the season, I think it's going to be really tough. I think 4 is right around where they're at, especially after winning today.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's go to the phones and hear from our guy, Danny. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Gameday, the postgame show.
Hey, bear down, guys. Good evening. How y'all doing?
Bear down, Danny.
Hey, I was talking to J-Dub offline. I'm all wound up. And I told him I opened the app, the BetMGM app at the half, and we were given 4.5. And at that time, I'm thinking we're going to win by like 15. You know what I mean? With our shooting percentage over 50. And then towards the end of the game, I was just like,
let me. So, Danny, it flipped from Arizona +2 to Arizona giving 4.5?
At halftime, yeah.
Given 4.5, but we were up 8.
Oh, at halftime, okay.
And
All right.
Caleb had 17 points, and Trey Townsend is on a tear. I'm like, he's just attacking. And I was like, I jumped all over it, but I was telling J-Dub, I'm like going towards the end there, I'm going, screw the bet. I'm afraid we're going to hand this away, So it was fun.
You knew Grant McCaslin's guys weren't going to quit.
Oh, yeah, and I didn't know he was that passionate.
He's
I know he and Tommy
he's fiery. He's
they're super close, right?
He called a timeout at McHale and went out to half court and met his dude. He was. It reminded me of Sean Miller. Sean Miller used to have his thing where he would take a timeout and then do the kind of get the out the game move. Yeah, that was Grant McCaslin when they lost here in Tucson.
He's old JUCO guy, Dallas, Irvin High School. Old JUCO guy that had to work his way up.
Yeah.
So when you get those type of guys, man, they're grinders, man, and they expect the most out of their guys, and they're going to get right up in there and be right in their grill.
Well, then they probably even out pretty well on the under-19 coaching, huh?
Yeah. Did you see the joke pregame? They had the two coaches in the hallway, and they interviewed Coach Lloyd, and he's like, they were talking smack through the interviewee right prior to the game about being assistant coach and all that.
Hey, I was one thing I wanted to say too. Another good positive is Tobey couldn't really find his rhythm. He had 2 fouls within like 37 seconds, but the good news is he only played 8 minutes, right?
Yeah, they'll need him tomorrow.
We need scrappers, right? And I'm also thinking, I'm going, well, look at the way Trey's been playing. I bet he doesn't play anything like he played against them whenever that was, early in February, right?
Yeah, he only got 16 minutes in that game. Trey Townsend.
Right. So it was just a little. It was a little disconcerting down the stretch. I mean, when they were missing 29 points and 9 rebounds from their second and third score, and JT Thompson's throwing up in a trash can next to the bench. I'm like, going, well.
Yeah, poor guy.
And I'll be honest, as the game was getting late in the last 2.5 minutes, I'm watching with my buddy. I'm going, just KJ, just stay down there on defense. Don't even let him don't even let him cross half court with the ball.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of it. Hey, what about so when we look at Houston, I had to really go back because I couldn't find it. But I went back, and I'm looking at it all because we all remember. But it's like, we all remember we didn't score a basket. And these are all good things going into tomorrow. We didn't score a basket for over 6 minutes, remember, from 9-10
right.
left in the second half. We only had 3 baskets after that. 2 of them were, remember, Carter hit a 3 and a 2, like almost on back-to-back possessions. And I think those things are all positive, that I'm sure, we have coaches, that understand what's going on. And, we seem to correct ourselves pretty well, except for letting BYU at the end. So what do you guys think of that? Oh, and the last part about it is, with Juwan Roberts, because they don't even have a center. Their forwards go like 6'7" and 6'8". Juwan Roberts is in a boot today.
Yeah,
and he's a 10 and 6 guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you're going to see him tomorrow. No.
What actually happened, guys, at the end of that game, just to refresh people's memory, is Arizona and Houston were 2 points separated with 34 seconds left to go. 34 seconds left. Houston had a 2-point lead. Arizona got a block from Carter Bryant, and Terrence Arsenault got an offensive rebound off that play, got fouled, stretched the lead out to 4, and that was the margin. So literally, Arizona was a 1 offensive rebound away, guys, of having possession down 2 with 30 seconds to go in that game. It was a very, very close finish, despite the fact that they didn't score a field goal for 6 minutes.
Look at J-Dub's memory, Kelvin. He's just making me feel old.
Nah.
He's got every part of it down. I don't know. Starting yesterday, I feel like, wow, there's some things that are coming together, and you guys have talked a lot about it. And because I never thought at any point after halfway through the season I'd be going, and look how valuable Trey Townsend is. But, you talk about it. It's like he was they were in, what were they, like, they weren't a D2 school, were they, at Oakland?
No, they're Division 1.
Yeah, because they were in the tournament.
Mid-major. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been in the dance before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they beat Kentucky. That was that big Kentucky win last year when Kentucky, the final game for Calipari, right?
But if the Cats were to play similar to last night tomorrow, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, to me, I think Houston and Tennessee are the 2 toughest teams in the country as far as scrappy. What do y'all say?
Auburn's pretty tough too.
Yeah. Yeah, Houston, man, they just play that style that suffocates you. They give you no fast break points, and on the offensive end of the court, they're going to make you work for everything you get. They're the type of team that rather foul you than give you a layup.
And I haven't seen every team play, but of the teams I've seen play this year, probably 80 teams in the country, Houston by far is the best trapping team I've seen play. And they trap smartly. They trap sidelines, and they trap Kelvin really hard, and they trap with hands up, and they put their 2 feet together, the 2 guys. And we saw that a lot in McHale. I mean, especially early, that first 10 minutes, Houston was running traps on the guards, and they felt uncomfortable over there on the sideline. So there's a lot of different intricacies you got to watch out for, but mostly just nothing's going to come easy. This is one of those games you can't go into it thinking that you're going to have open looks. You're going to get open layups. Like, you just got to make sure you fight for every point.
And the worst thing about playing a team like Houston with only a day to get ready, you can throw in little wrinkles to be able to come up with different ways to manufacture some offense.
Yeah.
Because if you could, you understand what they're trying to do as far as doubling. So if you can get into some short corner type of situations where you can move that ball 2 or 3 times and you can get some open shots. But again, I think it's the thing where with Houston, you have to be able to knock down some mid-range to 3-point shots to really loosen them up.
It's just like football, right? It's like quarterback gets a lot of pressure. You got to understand where your hot route's going to be and where you're going, and you got to go quick. And so, like those hard traps on the sideline, especially, it's really the responsibility of the other players nearby, the perimeter players especially, to give a clean outlet for that guy. Because all of a sudden, if you swing into the ball the other side really quick, you might have an open look because they've now put 2 guys on one. They do that pretty consistently. So more than anything, I think, Danny, you just got to fight. I mean, that's a team. You got to go into it knowing that it's going to be a fight. The whole Big 12 has been a fight all year long, but Houston, right now, they got the belt. I mean, this is back-to-back winners. I think if they win tomorrow, it would be the best percentage of all time in the history of the conference, winning percentage. So, yeah, I mean, that's a team that's firing all cylinders. And obviously, they're gonna without Juwan Roberts, they're not quite as formidable inside, but they didn't have Juwan Roberts tonight, and they were up 16-0 on a BYU team that seemed like they couldn't lose to anybody. So,
yeah.
Last thought, Danny. Last thought.
We did out rebound them by 9, and we stayed with make more free throws than they take. So
there you go.
I mean, we're a 7.5-point dog. I see already, but this is going to be fun. What time do you guys come on?
11:30.
11:30.
Yep.
Well, get some sleep, and thank you guys much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
520-848-1290. Let's hear from Anthony. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the post-game show after an 86-80 Arizona win over Texas Tech.
Hey, bear down, fellas.
Bear down, Anthony.
So today, it's been like a flip-flop of the season. Throughout the season, the refs were letting things go. I remember some ugly games where there was like, man, they would walk out with bumps and bruises and scrapes and no fouls called. It seems like the very first 5-10 minutes of each game, they're called like it's just a flip-flop of what the refs have been calling all year. I had a question. I know Padilla has been, well, he didn't do any of our games, but I know he's done a couple games. But are they using the crews that they use throughout the season?
I don't have any idea, but there was an earlier caller, their texter, that speculated that it'll likely be Padilla tomorrow, but I have no idea.
Yeah, because it just seems like it's like a lot more ticky-tack earlier in the game, and then they tend to let them go later.
You know what the worst foul call of the entire game was, Anthony? It was the first one. Did you see that? So Tobe contests, and then Toppin gets the ball back, and Toppin goes up, and Tobe's right there, both hands up. No foul call, no foul call. Ball clanks off the rim, is falling towards the ground, and then the ref blows his whistle. And Kelvin, we've been talking about this for years, but that whole concept of I'm not going to call a foul unless the dude misses the shot.
This is it.
From the very first call of the game, like that one threw me a little bit. I'm like, call it. If you see it as a foul, call it. But don't wait until literally a good second after the ball is already released, second and a half after the ball had released Toppin's hands. They were just waiting to see if the ball went in, and that was Tobe's first foul call on their first offensive possession for Texas Tech.
And that's been a trend this year. I've seen it before in the past too, but that's been more of a trend in the NBA and in college ball, where there's you get that late whistle after the ball. After the ball's either rolled off, that they don't call it. Yeah, you're exactly right. If it's a foul, it's a foul. It doesn't matter whether the ball went in or not. It should be a foul. There's a couple times Visar got pushed from behind when he was going up, and it's so easy to see with him because he's so thin that he goes flying. Right. He goes flying forward. Another thing, one thing I like is he's not really getting baskets off of it, but he's still contributing and doing well, hitting threes. Is Bryant? He's starting to get a lot more comfortable. Early in the season and mid-season, he was good for spot up three, and he was playing well. But now he's taking the ball off the dribble more. It looks like he's not. He's never been really timid, but trying to figure it out. And now he seems like he has a good pace. I see him a lot more active, dribbling, sometimes making moves towards the basket. He'll make a pass in that, but I'm starting to like how he's starting to come into his own also. It hasn't been big on points, but he's hit some key baskets tonight. Just just the only thing that kills me is offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds, we're giving up tons of them. Yeah, we're ending up out rebound teams, but it just seems like we're just getting beat on the offensive glass a lot lately. And it seems like when Awaka's not in there. Visar, I don't know whether it's Visar, standing tall, trying to get block shots that leaves him vulnerable not to get the rebound, or whatever it may be. But yeah, I tend to see him get beat a lot of times for offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Kelvin talks about
because
that.
He's out of position.
Kelvin talks about that a lot. When you got an active big who's coming off his man to try to affect a shot, if you don't have other bigs, Kelvin, inside there who are going to switch off and box the center out, because obviously Vesar is generally going to be on their 5. It's tougher to get those offensive rebounds when Vesar's. You want an active big who will come off his man and block people on secondary action, but also when Toby gets 4 fouls and only plays 8 minutes and you're a little undersized, it's rough. Maybe in those situations, Vesar should stand tall and straight up and affect those shots, but maybe not necessarily go 5 feet outside of his range to go affect a shot and stay under that rim, because there was a section there where they were getting killed on the offensive glass for sure.
And that's the thing we call help the helper, right? So the help come over and help, then you got to come down and dig in and help on his guy. And to me, that's the things that championship teams do, that extra little bit of some kind of way they get in and be backside for the help the helper. And then when you make the skip pass, somehow they're back out there too.
Yeah.
Right on the guy on the catch. So those are some of the little things that I, look for tomorrow when we play a team like Houston.
Well, you said it like somehow, some way. That just comes to mind is Houston's defense.
Yeah,
Houston will come and affect a ball handler and then somehow get back to and they'll all scramble if there's any kind of switching on that, and they're trying to, get to a man. They'll all find it in unison and in sync. Like they practice that so much, that scramble defense for sure.
Anything else, Anthony?
Yeah, no, just looking forward to tomorrow. Just really excited. 3:00 game. I mean, yeah, you guys are probably right. We're probably locked into a 4. The thing is, I'm hoping a 3 because I just see the difference between a Sweet 16. I'd rather play a 2 than some of these 1s that are out there. I just think are bad matchups if we could get to a Sweet 16. So I'm hoping we could get to that 3. But I mean, either way, the ball has to roll out on the court. We have to play, so we'll have to go from there. So once again, guys, plan on talking to you guys 7 more times, and
there we go.
We'll just go from there.
So right now, thank you, Anthony.
Bear down.
Right now, Lenardi's got Kentucky as the 3 in the West, Wisconsin as the 3 in the Midwest, Maryland as the 3 in the East, and Texas Tech as the 3 in the South. So those and the one in the West right now, he's got Florida as the one in the West.
Them Bay Area Cats.
The Bay Area Cats.
Well, West is San Francisco, right?
Right.
That's where the Elite 8 is.
Yes.
The first round
Yes.
4, the 4 in the West, which is currently where Lenardi has them slotted.
Right.
The 4 in the West starts out in Seattle.
Yes.
So again, what this is really all about is travel time for your fan base. So if you get the worst of the 4 seeds and you get slotted over to some other part of the country, that's the biggest problem. So ranking up maybe to the high 3 isn't as good as being the best 4. So the worst, does that make sense? Being the worst ranked 3 seed might not be as good as being the best ranked 4 seed, because you'll get preferable positioning in the West bracket as opposed to being put out into the East or some other bracket. So right now, I mean, they're in a pretty good spot right now, according to the quote-unquote experts. A 4 seed in the West is Seattle feeding into San Francisco.
Now it would be cool if Arizona got sent to Cleveland, because then we're going on a road trip. But
Let's do it.
I don't think that's going to happen. All right, Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day is the post-game show. 86-80, Wildcats knock off Texas Tech. We'll argue out our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game coming up next. Kelvin E. Fine is here. JW Madden. I'm David Kelly. I want to hear from you. 520-848-1290. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot post-game coverage of Arizona basketball is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Post-game show is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Tucson, Desert Diamond Casinos, Dorado Rock, First Chiropractic, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Post and Results Team with Keller Williams Southern Arizona, the Window Depot, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
If you're suffering from back pain and your physician is giving you a back brace or a pain pill or an injection and not explained the process of what you have and how to rehabilitate yourself, then there might be something missing. I'm Tom Corey. I'm a physiatrist here at Desert Sky Spine and Pain. If you're looking to find the root cause of your pain, any pain that's limiting your function, limiting the things that you want to do in life, call us at 520-229-2080 or find us on the web at desertskymedicine.com.
The cold Arizona nights are here. Is your furnace ready? For just $59, Right Way is offering a complete system tune-up, ensuring your furnace runs efficiently to keep your home comfortable all season long. Routine maintenance is key to avoiding costly breakdowns. And with over 9,000 five-star Google reviews, you can trust Right Way to get the job done right. Plus, we'll include a free carbon monoxide test for your peace of mind. Call Right Way today at 520-640-2665 or visit us at rightwayac.com for your $59 complete system tune-up.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between, you'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Hi, this is Peter Costa, former governor of the New York Stock Exchange and proud member of the Advisory Business Council with Meridian Wealth Management. One thing I've learned over 40 years on the floor is the value of a trusting relationship with your financial advisor. After all, everyone is a genius when the markets are going up, but when they drop, that's when the guidance of a professional is most important. For more information about Meridian, call 719-1433 or visit online at meridianwealthllc.com.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Motoring around one day, Bob heard all about it on the radio. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care advertising affordable tires and no hidden extras for one low price, including valve stems and the other critical tire thingies that cost additional elsewhere. But not at Jack Furrier's. Bob knows to never underestimate the importance of thingies. As cliches would have it, just then Bob spotted one of Jack Furrier's 14 locations and without hesitation claimed his new set of tires, installed for one low price, thingies included.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
At University Termite and Pest Control, we handle all your pest problems. Maybe a few family ones, too.
Wait, you can even take care of my in-laws?
I always tell people we'll take care of anything, even in-laws. You just have to dig the hole.
Okay, but seriously, is it okay for our pets?
Absolutely. It's okay for pets, kids, anything you want to live, will live.
Call us today at University Termite and Pest Control. We'll squash those pests and enjoy it.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Here's a lead down to Love, who slams it home. And the Wildcats come right back at it.
What a beautiful play there. Jaden Brownlee quickly getting it up to 4. Caleb Love streaking for the alley-oop finish.
Yeah, for all the threes he hit in transition, getting an alley-oop dunk. Caleb Love. Fast break points tonight, 10. A little bit more in control. We'll get to the keys to the game. That was one of my things I wanted to see, was them be a little bit more controlled in transition and not fumble the ball away like they had the night before. 86-80, Arizona beats Texas Tech. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Our guy DW checks in. Hey, you hardworking guys, I'm still thawing out from riding my motorcycle back to Oro Valley from High Corbett Field, where the Wildcats won their Big 12 opener. They were down 3-0 against Cincinnati, but got hot late. I think they scored 8 runs in one of the innings, and they won it 8-3 tonight. And DW says we had the basketball game ticker updating the score for us, chilling outside at the baseball game, and he's got a couple of the frozen emojis. 2 great wins tonight for the guys. We had a chance to meet DW at the when we were out at High Corbett Field the other night before the ASU game, and we appreciate him checking in.
8 in the bottom of the 6th on single, walk, and homer.
There you go. I like it. Home run by
Garen Caulfield.
Grand slammer by Mr. Garen Caulfield. Returning senior. Love that even more. All right, so let's argue. Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. You had KJ Lewis with 8. You had Henry Vasar with 7. I'm going with Henry because I thought Henry had a couple of huge offensive rebounds that he put back late in the game to help stave off Texas Tech. So Henry Vasar gets my vote tonight.
I think despite Caleb Love's scoring, that KJ Lewis was the player of the game. If I had to give a player of the game for just him being everywhere, and I agree with you. I think Henry Vasar with the 4 offensive rebounds, 4 of his 7 were on the offensive end, and those were big buckets. Because remember I said earlier about how Texas Tech just seemed to be dominating the offensive glass? Well, guess what? They got 3 points.
3 points.
3 points.
3 points.
On their, 14 offensive rebounds?
Yeah.
3 points. Meanwhile, Arizona scored 11 points on their 13 offensive rebounds. So 1 less offensive rebound, but much more efficient. And I think Vasar had a lot to do with that. So I got no problem with that.
I agree with Vasar. That's where I was going anyway.
All right, there you go. Window Depot glass cleaner of the game is one Henry Vasar. Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com.
And no arguing necessary.
No arguing. There we go. I even like that better when we don't argue. 86, I should say. 86-80. Arizona knocks off Texas Tech. We'll get into our best bets and keys to the game. Still straight ahead. We'll also hear from Tommy Lloyd, and I believe it was Caleb Love and one other person. I forgot who the other person was.
Also, we got KJ courtside if you want that too.
KJ courtside. We'll let you hear that as well. All that straight ahead. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot post-game coverage of Arizona basketball rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The post-game show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, Drain Medics, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, the Injury Lawyers, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Lexus of Tucson, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rockin' K, a master plan community designed by nature, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Police Department, University Termite and Pest Control, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Donna Autumn Nation.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rocking K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
If you have old windows, they are probably driving up your energy bills. Upgrade with new windows from the Window Depot. The Window Depot provides unbeatable value and a wide variety of in-stock and custom order windows to fit your style and budget. With our exclusive SI window brand, made right here in the USA, you'll get a full lifetime warranty, including glass replacement, for ultimate peace of mind. Order online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you and start your project today. Experience the best prices, the biggest inventory, only at the Window Depot.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Bradley crosses midcourt. Basar sets that high screen, gets the ball. Off to Love, same play they just ran. Throw it inside to Bradley. Reverse lay-in, hit the underside of the rim, but it's grabbed by Basar, who slams it home.
Henry Basar, once again, Johnny on a spot for that offensive loose ball, picking it up with a reverse dunk.
That was one of those late putbacks from Henry Vasar that earned him the Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the game. 10 points on 5 of 9. Missed his only 3 tonight. Missed his only free throw. 10.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal. Wildcats had 6 steals and 5 blocks in the game. 3 of those 5 blocks came from KJ Lewis. They won the battle of the boards, but only by 3, 38-35, and beating Texas Tech 86-80.
But Carter Bryant had the most disrespectful block.
That's 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a row he's had a disrespectful block. I like that from the freshman for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna come out there. You go to that basket. You better have eyes in the back of your head because he's coming.
Mm-hmm. We are streaming the show live on Instagram tonight, and we appreciate all of you listening on Instagram. Joe Romanoff is watching the show tonight on Instagram. His comment: I think my favorite thing about U of A's win over Texas Tech was the entire package of a complete game that the Cats had. The players and the coach came out ready to play with a plan and in attack mode. The hot shooting of Caleb Love, the tough defense led by Jaden Bradley, the deep bench play, and the good use of timeouts and direction from the coach, and never letting up, playing with intensity to the end. That's Joe Romanoff watching the show tonight on Instagram. Follow our Instagram page, Wildcats Radio 1290. We've got all kinds of stuff. Our Priscilla Mugwa was out in the cold tonight at U of A baseball, and I'm sure she'll have some reaction coming up from head coach Chip Hale and some of the players for you a little bit later. So be sure to look out for that. We'll bring that to you tomorrow morning. All right, let's find out who's catching tickets tonight.
With today's best bets, did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, if you weren't with us earlier, you missed that, on the pregame show, I took Texas Tech minus the 2 points on the show. But then, of course, we found out that Darian Williams and Chance McMillan were not going to play. We kind of knew that Chance McMillan might not play in the ball game. We had no idea that Darian Williams was not going to play tonight. And then, of course, we found out later that JT Toppin was not feeling well either. So I lobbied the guys right before tip-off if I could change my pick.
I have the quote. You ready?
Yeah.
So this is 6:45 p.m. is the timestamp of the text, and it says, "No Darian Williams, no Chance McMillan. Can I change my vote? ? ! !
Yeah.
And that was at 6:45.
Yeah.
So just for the record.
And it was a later tip-off because the game got slid.
Yes.
So it was before tip-off, 6:45.
Yes.
Yeah. So there we go. So everybody took Arizona plus the 2, and everybody took the over in this game. So everybody wins tonight. Double tickets for everybody. Dinner and drinks for everybody on the house at the Desert Diamond Casino, because everybody gets 2 W's, which means no movement in the overall standings. J-Dub is still he's plus 6 now. DK plus 2. Kelvin back to even. Kelvin Efon. So
I don't think Kelvin's been wrong in a week or two.
No, yeah, that's 6 in a row now for Kelvin. 6 W's in a row. He's doing well with that. So that's what it is. Those are your best bets for tonight.
Best bets brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Fred Scheib checks in from New Jersey. Good to see Caleb Love play well tonight. It is always good to see Caleb Love play well. That's for sure.
Good to see you smile, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Great to see him smile. And I saw it right at the beginning. He smiled at somebody right at the tip-off in the crowd. I kind of felt good about it. And watching the way that he played yesterday made me think that he would press the gas a little bit more today just to help his guys get to the championship.
How about Carter Bryant and his meditation before the games?
Well, I ain't going to lie to you, J-Dub. That wouldn't have worked in my day.
You think people were to come over here and flick them behind the ear or whatever? Yeah.
I promise you,
throw
I would
a ball
have
at
tripped
him or
over
whatever.
him.
Yeah.
I would have tripped over him.
Right.
Some kind of
purposely or just accidentally?
I mean, accidentally, purposely. Like, come on, man. I ain't finna let you zen out on me. Like, you're trying to get some extra. No, this ain't the place for that. This is a hazard. I can't believe that there's no way you would do that on my. But I don't think we've seen him do it on a.
No, I don't think I've seen him do it at McHale.
Yes, I don't remember seeing that at all.
Yeah,
but I don't get there. I don't get there.
I ain't gonna lie.
And I think at home he does it early. I think at home he does it early, like maybe in that early warm up.
Yeah,
the early warm up before anybody's in the building.
Okay, so maybe he ain't doing what I think he's doing.
Like 10 minutes before tip. Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and usually I guess with the tournament play, you don't have the time before.
Right, exactly.
So maybe I give him a pass because I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw it, I was like, "Come on, man! Come on, man! You could do that in the back. You don't have to do that right here. You know, with all the cameras and everything on you." But hey,
I think that's the idea. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Carter Bryant, but from my perspective, the idea is he's closing his eyes and calming himself down amongst all the chaos so that whatever his routine is, I don't know if that goes back to high school or whatever, but you can tell that the idea for him is to get quiet or whatever inside and not be focused on what's going on all around him and all that craziness of the Big 12 tournament crowds and, NCAA tournament potential Final Four teams he's about to play. I think for him, all he's trying to do is say, okay, I'm going to block all this stuff out.
Yeah, it wouldn't work with me.
No, I understand. I get you.
I'm not going to let you do it. Every time I walk by there, I'm going to bump you, graze you. I'm going to do something to throw off that little Zen master stuff. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you guys, I was something else when you talk about competing. I'm going to go get the ref and say, hey, he in the way. Ref, this is all right? I'm talking about before the game going, I'm all ready. I'm like, is this okay? Is it like, what are we doing here?
It's so hard to tell like where he's at. Like if he's in the middle of the court or off the side, but if he's right in the middle of the layup line, yeah, that's a problem.
He looks like he's kind of outside the arc.
Right outside.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
outside the arc or something like that.
Yeah, hey, more power to him. But I'm telling you, I rolled the ball some. It ain't. No, we ain't. Everybody go in and we were dribbling a circle around them.
Hey, things have changed since the 90s, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back to T-Mobile Center and hear from your Arizona Wildcats. It was Coach Tommy Lloyd and Caleb Love and KJ Lewis at the dais talking to the media after the win tonight, 86-80 over the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Great job by our guys. Obviously Texas Tech's playing shorthanded, and they've, kind of had to. Had some delicate, situations with injuries over the course of this year. And obviously we didn't know what was going to happen until we kind of showed up at the arena. But I knew it was going to be tough. I mean, they beat Houston without Toppin at Houston. They didn't have, they didn't have the two guys, the Williams and Chance, McMillan, when they played Houston at home and played them tough. So I knew it was going to be a hard game. And our guys did a great job just finding a way. And, it wasn't easy. They were tough. They fought us every step of the way, and they made those early threes, and then they did a really good job of just putting foul pressure on us and getting to the free throw line, and then they were great on the offensive glass. So, but all in all, I'm proud of our guys for hanging with it and making enough winning plays to come out on top.
Okay, our first question will be on the second row on the left.
David Smale, Field Level Media. Coach, after you guys extended the lead in the second half, they kept chipping away, and each time you responded, just talk about the response.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. I mean, these guys made some big-time plays, and I wouldn't chalk it up to much coaching. I would chalk it up to having competitive guys. They just have a knack for hanging in games, Texas Tech does, and kind of making a big three here and there, getting an offensive rebound put back, and they feel it's so timely. And our guys did a great job for the most part answering all of those. And I think they cut it to 4. I think, but late down the stretch there, so it was late. But we did a good job kind of holding them off enough and just giving ourselves enough cushion. If we made 1 or 2 more plays, it was going to be tough for them to get over the top.
Let's go to the left side here on the third row.
How did you guys manage to limit Texas Tech from the three-point line for all of you?
How do we what?
Manage to limit Texas Tech from the three-point line.
Well, we have to be attentive, and they made some early. I think they made 5 of their first 7 when I looked up there at the scoreboard, and if I'm good at math, that's 2 of their last, I don't know my glasses, that 2 of their last, 17, 18, I can't read it, guys. I can't tell if it's a 28 or a 25, my fault. But we did, our guys did a good job being attentive. And they probably missed a few they wish they would have had back, but I thought our guys did a much better job of being attentive and not over helping in situations. They're a team. You got to make those guards, find a way to make 2-point shots. And they're a team you got to be comfortable giving up some penetration, downhill and making them finish oversized, and athletes inside. And our guys did a good job hanging with it. I would have, some of the fouls are regretful. I wish that free throw number is a little bit lower. But all in all, limited them to 9 threes when they want to make 10 plus, we'll take it.
Let's go to the right side here on the third row.
Bruce Pasco, Arizona Daily Star. Tommy, these conference tournaments a year ago, I think you were. It seemed like maybe not playing on Saturday might be a good thing to give you some rest. Is it different? A lot different this year, needing momentum, or how would you?
Bruce, if we're going to play a game, we're going to try to win. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart to throw a game to think we're going to play good next Thursday or Friday. If we have Arizona on our chest and we have the dudes we have, we're playing to win, and that's how we roll. So we're not overthinking that. Hey, we're gonna try to win tomorrow. We know it's gonna be a heck of a challenge, but we're gonna try to win tomorrow, and we're not even gonna worry about the next week.
Right. I just meant too that just getting momentum. How critical is that for this team?
Listen, we'll find out tomorrow. We could get our ass kicked tomorrow. I don't know. So we got to come out and play tomorrow. It's great coming down here and getting 2 wins against 2 really good teams. You beat Kansas in Kansas City. That says something. You beat a Texas Tech team that found a way to take second in the conference. That says something. So now, now we got the champ. We're staring down the champ, and let's see what we got. Hey, get these guys some questions. They're the ones that played their asses off.
Let's go here on the second row on the left.
Sorry, Coach, one more for you. Tomorrow's game, you guys specialize on offense. Houston specializes
We're
on
not that bad on defense.
Right, but you're known for offense, let's put it that way. Houston specializes on defense. Just talk about matching up with them.
Houston specializes in winning basketball. They're great on offense, they're great on defense, they're great on the glass. So I know if you want to drill it down and just say defense, because that's easier to understand, that's fine. But they're also great on offense. And that's what makes them so hard to beat. And obviously they're tough as nails. So, it's a great honor to compete against a guy like, Kelvin. And I hope, as I grow in my coaching career, and I hope I get a good stretch of competing against him, because I think it's going to make me a better coach. And, so I got a lot of respect for him and his program.
Let's go to the third row on the right.
Nathan Gies, Lubbock Avalanche Journal. This is for Caleb and KJ. With them not having Darian and Chance, how did that kind of change how you guys saw them from their offensive perspective, because you've already seen them twice? How did that kind of change without those guys, and how the flow of the offense kind of had to go tonight?
Obviously, it was different personnel, but they really good players. They still had, their role players, showed up. Kevin Overton, he had 20 points. So they stepped up, and so our game plan didn't change as far as who we was guarding and things like that, but. We just adjusted, and we came out on top.
They're a tough group, regardless of who's out and who's playing. And there's much respect to those guys and that coaching staff. Like Coach Lloyd said, they're known for winning without players being in the lineup, and they played us to the end of the game. So much respect to them.
And then you guys, did you change anything perspective-wise of defense, of how to crash down at JT when he got the ball in the post from previous matchups?
Oh, go ahead, gang. No, go ahead. He's the Big 12 Player of the Year. So, obviously our attention was on him. And, we got to give him the respect that he deserves. And, obviously he's a monster on the boards, a monster in the post. So, we had to, come in and, play as hard as we can and, to keep him off the glass and, make every shot tough for him.
Nah, he said it to the T.
Okay, let's go to the back on the left side.
Caleb, Leo Rivera with Scope Up Sports. You shot out a high clip tonight. What felt good about your shot in this game?
I think it was just the energy of the game. I started off obviously, hot, but I just wanted to get that spark to my team, and I know, they was going to, follow up with that. And so, I had it going, but, as the game was flowing, KJ chipped in. We had big numbers from Trey, and, it went on, from there.
Okay, we got one on the right side here on about the third row.
Yeah, KJ just seemed like you were tugging at that wrap there, and you took it off, and obviously had a good game. Is it just at this point just better off to go without stuff and adrenaline taking over? What's going on?
I can't even tell you. I mean, in the flow of the game, try not to be distracted by whatever, and doing whatever I can do to help my team win and not be distracted by tape on my wrist. So I guess screw the tape.
Okay, we got time for a couple more. Anybody interested in them? Okay, first one will be on the right, and then we'll have our last one on the left here in our third row.
Tommy, just curious about, because you work with Grant with Team USA. What's you guys' kind of relationship, and how does it kind of feel to go into these matches with somebody that you're?
Well, listen, it's at first I was like, hey, this is going to be a little bit awkward, because he's somebody that he and I confide in each other when it comes to basketball things, and now we find ourselves in the same conference, and I don't think, over the course of our 20-plus year friendship, we would have ever thought that. And so that's different. We're probably not talking as much as we once did, but we still, catch up, every week. Yeah, so, but I thought this morning, I'm like, it's really cool we're playing for the third time. Because the only time you're going to play for the third time is going to be in the postseason. And for it to be deeper in a tournament, it says we're both doing well. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud to compete against him, and I'm proud of our guys for finding a way to get us over the top, tonight.
Okay, our last question is going to be here on the left.
Hi, Sierra Blazer, Daily Wildcat. This is more so for Caleb and KJ. I know tomorrow you guys got to focus on strategy and gameplay, but what does it mean to you guys to be in the final game of Arizona's first time in the Big 12 championship?
It means a lot. We plan for something bigger than ourselves. Plan for the players that play before us and things like that, and so we take pride in that. And we're gonna come in and play as hard as we can. Come in, try to execute the game plan as best as we can, and we'll see what the outcome comes from that.
I mean, definitely what Caleb said. We had a goal this year to get to this point, and we're going to do our best and execute a game plan to try to go win tomorrow.
All right, that was the U of A contingent. Head coach Tommy Lloyd, players Caleb Love and KJ Lewis after an 86-80 win for the Wildcats over the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
There was a post-game interview with Caleb on the sideline, and the woman doing the interview asked him,
Chris Budden, yeah,
what it meant for the Arizona program to finally get to a postseason title. And I was just sitting there at home thinking to myself, like, do any of these people research Kelvin Ifon? Do they not know, like, what the Arizona brand is type of thing? It's like, I mean, Coach Lloyd alone is what, like 11-1 in conference? Because he won the first two, and then last year he lost in the second round, and he's won his first two games in this. This is old hat, right? I mean, this is what Arizona does, Kelvin Ifon.
Yeah, sometimes some of the questions you'd be amazed by, but at the same time, it's in a new conference, and it's new territory for, our fans and our players. So, to have this opportunity versus a team like Houston that's not, that's new to the conference as well, it has to be different. And you could tell when you look in that arena, it's just not as many people as it would if it was one of those local teams.
And that was one of the things that really stood out to me. We talked about it obviously a little bit earlier. It's not the same juice. It's not the same juice as what we're used to in the conference tournament, and that doesn't mean we don't want to win it, but it just tonight was the first time I felt like there was just a little bit something missing.
I think
it's because of all those years that was in LA or is in Las Vegas, and the Arizona fan base took over those buildings.
But here's the thing, like, it's the same in that if Arizona loses in the second round of the Pac-12 tournament, then the juice in the championship game's nothing. So Kansas fans, I mean, we're like 60% of the building, right?
Right.
So I think with Kansas getting knocked out yesterday, the lack of atmosphere in the building had everything to do with that, especially after that big win on their home court and their finale and their senior day and all that. I think after being ranked number one preseason, AP number one, the Kansas Jayhawks fan base was hoping that this team that had struggled throughout the whole year would round out. They were super amped after that win over Arizona at home, and they were looking forward to cutting down yet another. I mean, I think they've got – I know they have like 20 out of 25 conference regular season championships. does Kansas. Quite a lot of postseason tournaments as well. You could hear last night when they went on runs, right? I mean, the building almost sounded like it was Fog Allen. So today's game, I'm not super surprised that I was hoping that maybe some of those Kansas fans stuck around and kept cheering or whatever, or passed their tickets along. But maybe such a quick turnaround, they just weren't able to unload them. I don't know.
According to our guy Jeff Haxton, the ISU people, they didn't even go to the game when their team was playing. He said they were just hanging out at the hotel.
They're at the bars. They know what's up.
Great stuff. All right, we'll review our keys to the game next. 86-80, Arizona knocks off Texas Tech. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day on Wildcats Radio 1290.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year, we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's free furnace season at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we're offering 60 months no interest financing, tax credits up to $2,600, energy efficiency rebates, and 10-year parts and labor warranty.
Call or text 520-200-2422 today or visit rightwayac.com.
Hughes Federal Credit Union has an online account that fits your needs and lifestyle. With our free checking account, there are no monthly fees and no minimum balance. 24/7 mobile and online banking, unlimited bill pay, a free Visa debit card with your choice of designs, and a vast network of fee-free ATMs. Or upgrade to a checking plus rewards account that offers discounts, deals, valuable services, and so much more. It's easy to sign up online at hughesfcu.org/checking. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Accidents cause hassles as big as the Grand Canyon.
So we're hitting the road to spread the word about the bird.
The Eagle at Goldberg and Osborne.
Freeway fiasco in Flagstaff.
Hurt in Havasu.
Totaled in Tucson.
No worries. The Eagle has offices across the state. From Kingman
to Sierra Vista, where they fight hard to get you more.
So relax and ride on.
Because the bird is the word.
Visit Goldberg and Osborne at 1-800-THEEAGLE.com.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between? You'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Motoring around one day, Bob heard all about it on the radio. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care advertising affordable tires and no hidden extras for one low price, including valve stems and the other critical tire thingies that cost additional elsewhere, but not at Jack Furrier's. Bob knows to never underestimate the importance of thingies. As cliches would have it, just then Bob spotted one of Jack Furrier's 14 locations and without hesitation claimed his new set of tires, installed for one low price, thingies included.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Bradley will inbound baseline left. Looking lane, gets it into Townsend. Quick turnaround over Toppin is good for 2.
Big time play there by Tate Childs on that base out of bounds. Was able to get in front of Toppin, carve some space out, and finished over the top of him.
Trey in double figures for the 11th time this season.
Trey Townsend followed up his 16-point performance in the victory over Kansas with a 12-point performance. He shot 6 of 8 last night, 4 of 8 tonight, so 10 of 16 from the floor in Kansas City, and he was a perfect 4 for 4 from the line. 12 points, 5 rebounds, another solid 23 minutes for Trey Townsend, who continues to be aggressive at the offensive end of the floor. Another thing I'm liking that I'm seeing from the guys is just their ability to, especially from the guards, just the ability to take contact on their drive to the basket. We've seen that with a couple guys. Caleb does it very well. We saw JB do it as well, just absorbing that contact and still being able to get up the shots at the rim. Really like that.
Well, early in the year, I think we heard Coach talking about how they was getting knocked off their line. And I think they learned from that. And now they're straight line down the hill. They're breaking the shoulder of the defender. That means instead of going around the guy, you attack his shoulder and make him open up. And it gives you, better angles toward the rim. But, yeah, they're doing a lot better as far as attacking and bullying their way to the rim and finishing.
Yeah, it's KJ and Caleb, really. Those two guys attack the chest, right? Like when they get, 5 feet from the rim, 2 foot. That's why you talk about, hearing a lot of playoff 2 feet in the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. What that really means is, you get your balance. You get taught that, Kelvin, in 5th grade, 6th grade. I mean, the whole idea of, you want to always finish around the rim going off of 2 feet because that's where your base and your strength comes from. And it's the same at this level. So when those two guys off dribble, even on a fast break, Caleb always, Kelvin, takes it right into the chest of the defender if he's got a smaller guy on him, obviously not a shot blocker. But yeah, KJ and Caleb are trying to finish right through guys.
All right, let's review what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game.
Wildcats fans, how did today's keys to the game turn out for the U of A? Keys are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
Yeah, I mean, guys, my keys are going to be a little bit redundant today because it's that time of year where you just have to stick to what it is that you know. So as far as the on-ball defense we saw yesterday versus Kansas and the scrambles, continue to do. That's a very, very good Texas Tech Red Raiders team. So basically, I'd like to see them keep the guards from getting busy, those 15 threes. Stay with those guys. Make sure that you get out to shooters. So less than 10 made threes tonight. And on that note, defensively, it's all about Toppin for those guys. They really make a great concerted effort to get him involved, and he's such a great, dominant on-ball force. It doesn't matter, Kelvin, DK, who's on that guy tonight. You need to make it difficult. You just need to make sure that his efficiency isn't at a peak level. So something under 50%, we'll call it that. Under 50% shooting, somewhere around 45 would be ideal. I'd like to see for JT Toppin. And finally, I think Arizona can win the boards and be effective offensive rebounding against this team. So I'd like to see Arizona win the rebounding margin by 5 or more and be effective on the offensive glass and get some second chance opportunities, kickouts for more threes. Those are my keys versus the Red Raiders tonight.
Well, not a good night for JT Toppin, obviously. 4 of 13 shooting, was not feeling well. And without the other guys, that was a huge, and even Tommy pointed it out, hey, they were shorthanded tonight. And we were able to take advantage of that, which is what you should do.
I mean, I think they were like 5 for 7 at one point from 3, and it looked like they were going to make another 15, but they only finished with 9. Obviously, I mean, the big story of the night was them being down 2 starters, JT Toppin running back and forth down the tunnel to the garbage can. I mean, I'm not about to sit here and pretend like Arizona beat a full squadded Red Raiders team. And that being said, I think the defense this time around, guys, was better around the rim, Kelvin, because the thing about Toppin is he's got a hook over either shoulder, and he's really soft and adept at that little short, little bunny hook from like 4 or 5 feet away. And it's really tough to try to affect that shot. And I think he only got 2 of those off today. I know he wasn't feeling his best, but I do think that the defense was much stronger at the point of attack with their bigs, especially.
Kelvin went next. All right. Well, I think one of the things that I've noticed that Texas Tech has an issue with is games where they just don't shoot the ball well at all, whether it's threes or twos. So I think you have to make shot making extremely difficult for them tonight. Again, they're a team that has 6 guys that can shoot behind the arc, but if they're cold and they weren't last night, I think that's the only way you really have a chance to beat them tonight is if you get hands in the face on the 3-point line and you're walling up strong in the paint and watching out for that lefty J, which we saw from JT Toppin, which he likes to go to. If you can force Texas Tech to shoot the ball poorly tonight, I think you've got a shot to win this game. Like J-Dub said, I want to see the trapping, kind of like what we saw last night, trapping out front, creating turnovers, get out in transition. Make yourself get easy shots at the bucket on the other end and be in control in transition. I thought one of the things last night, one of my negatives, was they were a little bit out of control. I want to see more control in transition and finishing shots with a little bit more control tonight for the Wildcats because, again, those are easy shots to get, but you got to be able to finish them by being in control. And I think the other thing, obviously, is share the basketball. I think when this team shares the basketball, that's when they're the best. So I'm hoping for 17 assists tonight for your Arizona Wildcats. I didn't see the layup count, but I don't think they missed a whole lot tonight in the game.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, pretty solid from that respect with the Arizona Wildcats. I thought the control was much better in transition. Didn't necessarily get to the 17 assists. Only had 13 in the ball game. But, again, back the steal number. I think they only had 2 steals the other night. They had 6 in this ball game, so that was good.
They were 11 for 21 on layups and 2 for 2 on dunks.
All right. So missed 10 layups. That's probably a few more than I would have liked.
Definitely a few more.
Kelvin's keys.
Kelvin's keys were as follows.
I think we have to control Elijah Hawkins. To me, he's a big game type of guy. He looks forward to these type of games. I think we need to start with Caleb Love or Jaden Bradley on him early. Occasional trap, full court trap every now and then just to throw him off pace a little bit. I just think he's so important to what they do. You have to force Toppin to shoot jumpers, man. Do not let him beat you with the turnaround hooks and the easy dunks in the paint. I would love to double him. I think it's a little scary, though, with so many guys hitting the 3. But I think you can keep him off balance if you run a double and fake in and get back out to the shooters. Lastly, bigs need to attack Toppin on the offensive end of the court as well. I would love to see from the bigs, 35 points. Really go to work in there and possibly get them in early foul trouble.
Elijah Hawkins did not have a good night. 3 of 12, 1 of 7 from 3.
Well, it's the assists, really. That's what he does. Like, he only had 1 assist, but guys, he picked up 3 fouls in the first half, and that 4th foul came, I think, with about 4 minutes gone in the second half, and he had to go sit for a while. So, but Kelvin, the 1 assist, I mean, and remember, this guy leads the conference in assists per game.
Yeah, and that's understanding who you're playing against instead of coming up high, giving them easy lob plays and over helping and giving them easy reads to the skip passes or whatnot. I thought we did a lot better job of being at home and being in the right position and forcing them to have bad what we call dirty reads, where it was hard for him to find the exact guy. And again, getting in foul trouble helps you out tremendously when you are a team trying to beat Texas Tech.
Dirty reads done dirt cheap. That's what we thought Arizona needed to do to beat Texas Tech, and they did.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, final thoughts, Kelvin, Ifan, before we get to Championship Saturday in Kansas City.
Yeah, Championship Saturday, man. The guys just got to put this one behind you right away, Texas Tech game, because you got Houston coming up, and you understand that, It's like going against a boa constrictor. You let them grab you, man, and it could be a problem. So I just think that Arizona got to figure out a way to get in transition a little bit and to force Houston to get out of their comfort zone. Now, that's hard to do because they're a veteran team with a veteran coach, but it could be done. So, this is where you want to be. If you're Arizona, you want to be in the Big 12 championship, playing for a championship. And, again, you got to take your hats off to the way that all the guys played today. You just hope it carries over to tomorrow.
All right. We will see you tomorrow, Kelvin. I think exactly 12 hours from now.
Yes, sir. Try to get 8 hours sleep on that.
There you go. Kelvin Eflon. He is the captain. And we will take our final timeout, come back, give you your scoreboard, and put a cap on this one. 86-80, Arizona beats Texas Tech to advance the Big 12 Tournament Championship. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot post-game coverage of Arizona basketball rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. The post-game show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, Drain Medics, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, the Injury Lawyers, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Lexus of Tucson, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rockin' K, a master plan community designed by nature, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Police Department, University Termite and Pest Control, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Thana Autumn Nation.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' K, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Jungle. It's full of weeds, and the neighbors are complaining,
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using just doesn't work. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
It's not just the weeds. I'm also seeing ants, and the spider, a scorpion. I saw a scorpion, and I think there's a pack rat living in the garage.
I get it.
It's scary.
I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today and get rid of them all.
You're the best, honey.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
If you can't be at the game, then you should be at Dave & Buster's. It's the best place to eat, watch, drink, and play. Watch your favorite team throughout the entire tournament. Take a walk on the $1 Million Midway where you can play the biggest and newest arcade games. So when your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's. Watch all the sports you want. They have massive HD TVs, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Stars are shining down on Goldberg and Osborne. The Eagle has more than 2,200 five-star Google reviews from across Arizona. Like these.
They go that extra mile to let you know they care. A wonderful experience.
They treat their clients like family, and their professionalism is the best in the business.
They made sure I got a great offer. Like a bulldog, they fought for me.
Well said, everyone. After any accident, remember, deferred is the word. Visit Goldberg and Osborne at 1-800-THEEAGLE.com.
A Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your hosts, David Kelly, the captain, Kelvin Yvonne, and J.W. Madden.
Works it top, over to Love, matched on Hawkins. Love drives him down right. Step back, shot is up, hits another three for Caleb Love.
Caleb Love is enjoying KC. He's in the zone, feeling good and making room.
Waiter, one more slab and a side of potato salad because we staying one more night here in Kansas City. 86-80 Arizona
Can I get some
Wildcats.
cornbread with that?
Cornbread? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, one of the great Chris Rock lines of all time. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 86-80, Arizona beats Texas Tech to advance to the Big 12 Tournament Championship game. Let's find out what everybody else did in college basketball today.
Let's take a look at what happened around the rest of the country. The College Basketball Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers.
In the other Big 12 semifinal, the Battle of the Cougars, Emmanuel Sharp scored 26 points to offset Cabacata's 14 points and 12 rebounds. Houston dominated BYU. BYU had won 9 games in a row, but that streak comes to an end as the Cougars pound the Cougars 74-54, the Red Cougars over the Blue Cougars. So Houston is in the championship game where they'll face the Arizona Wildcats tomorrow. Elsewhere, Duke beats North Carolina 74-71. Apparently, Carolina screwed this game away on a lane violation.
Well,
at the
that's
free throw line.
one way to look at it. Another way to look at it, which Kelvin Edifine talked pre-show, is that I have a really hard time having a ref make a call like that. So what happened was the North Carolina player, he put his toe about 2 inches over the lane line before the free throw shooter let go of the ball. And the rule is you can't step into the lane until, but he was jabbing to fake like he was going in to go around the outside. And what ended up happening is the refs called a lane violation. This was with 3.5 seconds left, down 1. So North Carolina could have tied the game if the free throw went in, which it did. The problem, DK, is that the problem is North Carolina didn't have a good enough season to be really worthy of the NCAA tournament. A lot of people have them as one of the first 4 out.
Right.
Certainly a win over Cooper Flagg-less Duke. He did not play tonight, although they say that he was walking around without a limp. So that's a good sign moving forward because you want to see him in the NCAA tournament. But it was, by the definition of the rule, 2 inches in the lane line early for the North Carolina player. As far as, I won't speak for Kelvin, but we both agreed before the show, DK, it's tough to make that call. Like that call on Townsend on Richie Saunders with 0.3 seconds left on the clock or whatever the hell that was, right? And McHale. It's just, you don't want to know the names of the referees. And you want to see them affect games in that way. You much rather see the players do it. So that's the general sentiment about that.
All right. So Duke is on to the, is that the semifinals or that would be?
I think finals, yeah.
Finals, yeah. Of the ACC tournament with that victory today in the top 25. Other games of note, it was Auburn, number 3 in the country, beating Ole Miss. That's the SEC quarterfinal, 62-57. Florida advances in the SEC as well with a win over Missouri, 95-81. Alabama advances to the semifinals. They beat Kentucky, 99-70. St. John's beats Marquette by 16. They are in the Big East championship game. Big Ten, Michigan State over Oregon, so they're in the semifinals. The other team in the SEC semifinals is Tennessee, as they beat Texas 83-72. The other team in the ACC championship game against Duke is Louisville. How about Louisville's turnaround in the first season with that new coach there? They're 27-6 and 18-2 and headed back to the NCAA tournament. Maryland is in the semifinals of the Big Ten. They beat Kylan Boswell in Illinois 88-65. Memphis over Wichita State in the American quarterfinals 83-80. UCLA loses by 16 in the Big Ten semifinals 86-70.
East Coast time zone.
There you go. 1-12 now.
I think 1-11. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Michigan over Purdue 86-68. Here locally, Arizona softball knocks off Utah 8-0. 4 home runs in this game. Jenna Sniffen had a 2-run shot. Devin Netz had a 2-run shot. Miranda Stoddard had a 2-run shot. And Kyle Altmaier had a 2-run
It's like the
shot.
good old days.
Yes. You'll hear tomorrow's game will be on KTUC, Freedom 1400, I believe, at 4 o'clock is the time on that game tomorrow. Tennis beats Cincinnati by a score of 4. Women's tennis beats Cincinnati by a score of 4-0.
This is like Bearcats versus Wildcats weekend, right?
It is. It is indeed that, because the Bearcats baseball team was here, probably wondering, we left 70 degrees to come out and play in 45-degree temperatures. What are we doing?
Right. Upside down.
They took a 3-zip lead in this game, but Arizona scored 8 runs in the 6th inning. A snowman capped off by a grand slam home run by Garen Caulfield, and the Wildcats win it by a score of 8-3. So
nothing better than salami on top of your snowman.
There you go. So there'll be no baseball on Wildcats Radio 1290 tomorrow because we have another basketball game for you. But we will have, of course, some baseball for you on Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, there's going to be a lot going on Sunday. We'll tell you a bit about that real quick here. We've got Arizona baseball at 11 a.m. Coverage will begin at 10:45 with, I believe, Brody Dryden on the call of that game against Cincinnati at 10:45. Then at 2 o'clock, it's going to be the final Tommy Lloyd show out at the Union Public House. And Brian and Tommy will be on from 2 to 3. That'll be ahead of the selection show, which is on Saturday. And Sunday, at 3. And then at 3 o'clock, after they go off the air, we're going to come on and do 2 hours of selection show, a selection show special. So join us for that. We'll be on from 3 to 5, also live from the Union Public House. Hopefully we'll have a few guests to come on to, we'll essentially the first hour, because that'll be the first hour of the selection show will be on from 3 to 4. So we'll kind of be walking you through the brackets as they are released for the first hour, with reaction in hour number 2. Between 4 and 5. So that should be a whole lot of fun on Sunday. We didn't get a chance to do that last year because of baseball, but we're looking forward to doing that this year.
So fun.
So fun.
I do have the totals for the Big 12 tournament history. I mentioned earlier that nobody except for the original members of the Big 12 conference have ever won this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas has won it 16 times. I'm sorry, Kansas has won it 12 times. Iowa State has won it 6 times, and Oklahoma State has won it twice. Houston made it to the finals last year in their first appearance, but they lost to Iowa State. So there's only 3 of the 16 members currently in the conference who have ever won this tournament. Exclusive club, DK.
Except I'll have to pull it for tomorrow. Our guy Jeff Haxton said a fake blue bird or something of that nature was how he phrased it.
Well, yeah, Kansas and Iowa State is what he's saying. Like Iowa State and Kansas have dominated this tournament. They have, of the teams remaining in the conference. Now, Oklahoma won 3, Texas won 2, and Missouri won 2. Those teams are no longer in the conference. But as far as teams in the conference, Kansas and Iowa State have 18 of the 20. The only outliers are the Cowboys, which he also mentioned in that statement from earlier. Yeah. Iowa State and Kansas have dominated this tournament. Somebody else's year this year, Houston and Arizona, neither of those teams have ever won, obviously, in their first and second years in the conference.
A couple more scores to give you. Pima softball sweeps a doubleheader from Heartland, winning 7-5 and 4-3. And the Suns win tonight over the Sacramento Kings, 122.
They better have. They were up like 20 early. So,
yeah, so there you go.
They were up big early.
And they held on to win that ball game thanks to 22 points and 13 assists by Devin Booker. Cue the music. That is your scoreboard, brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers. All right, we're back in about 12 hours. 11:30 will be broadcast time. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day for the Big 12 Championship, Big 12 Tournament Championship. Arizona and Houston, the top two, well, the 1 and the 3 seeds, I should say, in this tournament. Thanks to all the people that were part of these broadcasts tonight. Dusty Dale spun the dials on the FM side, K-Hit 107.5. I'm sure he'll be doing that again tomorrow. Dragon Ball David Amata here on the AM side. Appreciate his great work. And appreciate J.W. Madden and Kelvin Efon. My name is David Kelly, giving you a final score one more time from the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri, in front of 13,946. It was the Arizona Wildcats 86, the Texas Tech Red Raiders 80. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 11:30. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Until that time, bear down, Arizona.
In the game, he makes the offense flow. I'm gonna find the open man and get the ball down low.
And Cook himself plays the game like only Seth can do. Give me the ball and stand back and watch me jam for two.
Elliott's here. It's time to play.
They want me in the NBA.
When Tolbert plays, he plays to win.
I put it up and it goes in. Huh.
Give Kerr the ball, give Kerr a hand.
I'll drill it in from three-point land. Ask the Gumbies, ask the refs. We don't do drugs, we're the best. W-I-L-D. Cats. W-I-L-D. Wildcats. W-I-L-D. Cats. Wild about the Cats.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. You've been listening to our Window Depot coverage of U of A basketball. The Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day post-game show has been brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. Join us right here on Game Day for complete coverage of Arizona basketball. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.